Are you salty that a listing agent hasn't called you back? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty, and today I am going to talk to you and maybe shed a little light on why the listing agent has not called you right back. But before we get into it, y'all, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell so that you know when I post a video, and thumbs up, like give me some thumbs up, comments below. It brings my heart. Y'all know I used to be an elementary school teacher, and obviously I still like to teach. That's why I do YouTube. And it brings my teacher heart so much joy to know that you actually are picking up what I'm putting down. And if there's ever anything that you would like me to shoot a video about, I am so open to that, y'all. Connect with me on social at Rosemary the Realtor. Get on, slide in my DMs. Okay, homies, I want you to have a successful real estate career too. So let me know what are some things that have come up in your business that you would love to see more content on. Okay, let's get into it. All right, y'all, so I'm going to give you a little bit of story time. So as you all know, I really focus on listings and assisting. Of course, I assist buyers, but focus on marketing and assisting sellers. And I had a listing recently that I thought was so interesting. So I got some feedback. So let me set it up for you. Listing went live. I want to say it went live on a Thursday. It actually, because I normally list on Thursdays. And I got feedback. And on this particular day, the listing went live. It was kind of an emotional, personal day for me. So the listing went live, but it was the first birthday that my mom had. It was her birthday, and she just passed away recently. So whereas I still was working, like that afternoon, my family and I, we just planned to do like just some family stuff and just pull away from work for a little bit because you're kind of allowed to do that. So the very next day, with this listing, I mean, we still were showing through the weekend, the whole nine. On that Friday, I received feedback, and the feedback said, call listing agent. She did not answer, so my buyers have decided to move on. And I was like, wait, whoa, that sounded a little bitter, okay? So check my phone, like I'm looking at the number of the agent and check my phone, and sure enough, this person called me at like 7:30 that night, the night before. They did not leave a message. They did not send a text message or anything like that, did not email. It was just a missed call on my phone. And I will tell you, I'm pretty good personally about calling all of those missed numbers. And I would have called them back the next day. Then I saw this feedback. And then I really thought about it like, wow, honestly, in this situation, I understood that his feedback was more about his experience and his perspective than what actually happened. And I just want to tell you, and I get it, buyers agents, it is tough, right? You all are writing several contracts. Gas is $5 a gallon. People are not responding back. And I know that every agent does not do a great job of responding, but I will tell you that sometimes listing agents have like real legit lives and stuff going on, and they can't answer or have that rapport conversation at the drop of a hat, and we may have to exercise some patience. So I just wanted to give you all just a couple of reasons why the listing agent might not have called you right back or answered the phone, and just give you some tips on what to do. So here's number one, why the listing agent might not have answered the phone. Because maybe they don't answer the phone at midnight. I will tell you that I have gotten people that have texted and called like way after hours. And, everybody runs their business, how they run their business. I understand the sense of urgency and all of that. But maybe that they just have time limits. Like, hey, you know what? I conduct my business during business hours. And I understand that you may conduct your business differently, and we're in an aggressive market. I understand all the things, but just understand that maybe they have a few time limits on when they conduct business, okay? Here is another one. Maybe they didn't answer the phone because they were at a birthday party or a wedding or a funeral or on a plane. Sometimes there are legit constraints that make it where they can't answer the phone right at that moment. And calling 6 times in a row is not always the best way to advocate and represent your client. So just understand that everybody isn't a jerk, and everybody isn't hiding from you, and everybody isn't just like sipping Mai Tais on the beach. And side note though, I have been sipping Mai Tais on the beach and been working harder than I have in my office. So even if they are, but just understand that there might be legit constraints whereas they cannot answer you right away. Okay. So, hey, I called the listing agent. They didn't answer. I'm not answering my phone at church either, so just understand that. Here's another reason listing agent might not call you or answer the phone. They may have so many calls that they're in the process of returning. I definitely have had listings within the last year where it has been almost virtually impossible for me to talk to every single person. So in those cases, I'm making sure that I'm updating through showing time notes. I'm updating through through MLS. So make sure that before you call to ask some questions, that you're looking to see have any updates been provided. And if you're calling and they're not answering, y'all, whip out those phones, send a text, send a voicemail, and make sure to say, hey, I understand that you might have a lot going on. I can understand the complexity of the weekend for you. I'm pretty sure there's a lot, just kind of schmooze them up a little bit. Like, be empathetic. Like, don't schmooze them, but be empathetic. I know that I imagine you're pretty busy. I do have a great buyer, would love to just chat with you about it. And when you say, I want to back up too, because make sure that if you are calling the agent, that you're not going through questions that already can be answered by looking at the listing, okay? Because sometimes that can be frustrating. Like, everyone isn't as nice as Rosemary, and that can be frustrating to them if you're calling to ask questions like, hey, is there a seller's disclosure? Come on, do your due diligence. The seller's disclosure may already be in the listing. Make sure that you just double check before you call. And then here's the last one. They're human. And unfortunately, humans are humans. Humans make mistakes. Sometimes a human may not see your call or thought that they cleared off all of their missed calls. So it is up to us. Like that agent who sent feedback saying, hey, his buyer was moving on because he called me one time and didn't get a response, at 6 o'clock that next morning. I really feel like he didn't do a great job for his client, right? Because true due diligence is saying, hey, Rosemary, I sent you a call yesterday, or calling back or texting. I just want to make sure you received our offer, following up to make sure that your offer is in hand, or all of that. Like, in this business, even when we're calling our clients, potential clients, on average, it might take 6 to 8 times in order to get a potential client on the phone. So if you have to reach out to a listing agent 3 to 4 times, that's sometimes what you might have to do. And even if you don't hear back, still shoot your shot, sis, right? Go ahead and submit that offer, because again, you just never know what's happening in that person's life where they may not be able to answer you or get to you right away, but you definitely still want to do your due diligence and get your buyer's offer in. Okay. And I know some of y'all are sitting there like rolling your eyes. I'm gonna be completely honest. All agents are not created equal, okay? And I will say that I have even worked where I've been frustrated with the lack of communication. But I just wanted to give some perspective, because everyone isn't out here evil and unresponsive. Sometimes real life things happen and we have to extend grace, but still, in extending grace, we still need to do right by our client. So don't get, all in your feelings like, we don't offering because she didn't answer the phone. No, still put forth the offer. Go ahead. If you never hear back on your offer, you can reach out to their broker to say, hey, I just want to make sure that my offer was submitted. Do what you have to do. Go to the end of the road for your client, but understand that if the listing agent doesn't answer you on the very first call, it's not necessarily because they're trash. They just might be living their life. Okay? All right. Now, if you made it to the end of this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing with your life? Go ahead and subscribe. And while you are at it, y'all, let's connect on social. I am Rosemary, the Realtor, on Instagram. Would love to just get to know you more. Slide in my DMs. Tell me all about your business, and we will talk soon. Bye now.